Alrighty, hello, and welcome. We've got another full house clean. Now, I did get a little bit ambitious with this full clean. I decided I wanted to deep clean the whole house, top to bottom, and I thought it won't take me that long, surely. Well, let me tell you. I started cleaning at approximately 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't stop cleaning until around 9:30. That day. That doesn't include the mountain of laundry that continued to wait for me for the next day, because obviously at 9:30 I wasn't doing any more laundry and it waited for the next day. However, you will see the sheer volume of laundry that I had to work my way through by the end of this video, and now my washing machine is on the fritz. Yes, indeed it is. It is only 11 months old and it is already kaput. I don't know whether the pump's gone, I don't know whether something's blocked in the pump or what's happening. We've emptied it out twice now, much to my displeasure, because I've just got home from work and I am now soaked through to the skin because I've had to empty it twice. Yes, I know. Pain in the backside. Why do they make them things so flipping hard to drain? Why can't they just have an easy drain feature on them? You know, something a little bit easier. I understand it has to be at the bottom of the machine because obviously water's going to sink to the bottom. But oh, for goodness sake, this one hasn't even got one of those handy little hoses on that you pull out so you can drain off the excess water. Oh, no. It's just got one of those annoying little twisty cap things. It's off-centre to the bigger outside hole that's on the washing machine, so you can't even get some sort of funnel device on there properly without it leaking water all over your kitchen floor. And why? For the love of all that's holy, when your washing machine breaks, is the answer from the washing machine companies to create you more washing. You open that little spinny hole at the bottom of your machine, water gushes out everywhere. You end up using about 15,000 towels to absorb the water that's pooled everywhere now all over your kitchen floor. And that's right, you've got a broken washing machine and now more laundry. I ask you, why? Who designs these things? They seriously need help. Also, why? Why on earth does it have, it's not exactly sharp metal edges, but your hands are wet, they're slipping about all over the place. You're trying to keep hold of the tiny little screw-capped thing that goes in the filter hole, which always you unscrew it a little bit to let some of the water out, and then you try and screw it back in and it goes, no, I can't figure out how to thread myself back into the hole. No. And then water continues to gush out all over your kitchen floor, or the thread gives out and it pops the little thing right out and there's just this fountain of water gushing all over your kitchen. I mean, help us. This isn't good. Washing machines need seriously looking at and redesigning because, oh my God, they're no good the way they are. So yeah, the long way of telling you I've got a bit of a broken washing machine. It's a good job. I try and squirrel away a little bit of money for like an emergency fund and that sort of thing because I can now get a new washing machine. I don't know why I didn't get it with the insurance that they offer you. I'm sure I did. I'm almost positive I did because I had two things coming out of my bank that were for insurances, and now none come out of my bank for insurances. So I don't know if they've cancelled the wrong one or quite what is going on. But either way, I don't have the insurance on the washing machine, which is stupid. I know, but hey. I genuinely didn't think within 12 months, though, I would need it. Although technically it's still under warranty. So it might be that we are going to be able to contact someone and get them to come out and have a look at it. I don't quite know. I don't remember if we registered for the warranty thing or not. You know, that you get the stickers on the front ring now to get your 10-month guarantee. Rah, rah. But you get 3 months from the shop you buy it from. And then within 3 months, you've lost that bit of paper or you've totally forgotten you could get the 10 months free. If you try and ring them and get your 10 months free guarantee before the 3 months from the shop guarantee run out, they tell you can't have it. And it's like, oh, so you've got to wait 3 months. But then, like I say, you forget, don't you? So no one ever gets that 10-month guarantee, do they? But either way, There'll either be another unboxing video for a new washing machine very, very soon, or I'll phone them, won't I? I'll phone the nice people and try and make them understand that this washing machine is less than a year old, and is broken already. We use like those little the tablets you put in the machine, the little capsules that you put in that stop the calcification building up. We do the drum clean every time it asks us to do a drum clean, and it's still gunged up, nasty and no good. I mean, ugh. And yes, I know everyone keeps moaning, well, you use the Unstoppables and you do use fabric softener and you do use the liquid gel. They're no good for machines. Well, A, why'd you do them? B, I still use the cleaning products to de-clean it every time it asks to be deep cleaned. So it's getting cleaned very, very regularly. I genuinely think it's just got too much to do. I really do. Like every week it's got at least 14 loads to get through. Every week. And there's only 4 of us in the house. I mean, technically though, if you change your clothes like every day, that would be 14 loads in a week with just 2 people, wouldn't it? And we've got 4. So there should in reality be 28 loads. And that doesn't include the bedding. So, yeah, plus any extra laundry you do, like the curtains and that sort of thing. So, I don't know. It's got a lot to go through, hasn't it, really, our poor washing machines. But either way, I get the feeling I'm going to need a new one very, very soon, which is so annoying because, like I say, at the end of this video, I had about 14 loads of laundry to get through. Yeah. And Dell's washed a few while I've been at work, but he said the washing machine packed up about 12 o'clock. I get home at about 4-ish, 4:30. So the washing machine has sat idle for 4 hours, 5 hours and done nothing, which means I've still got a huge amount to get through. And I hate using laundry, like laundromats, what are they called? Laundrettes. I hate using them because they're so gunky and full of like other people's laundry detergents. And if the laundry detergent's still in the machine, there's skin cells and all sorts of other muck and dirt in them machines, right? I mean, logically, if there's soap powder in there, there's got to be that. Plus, I am sensitive to some soap powders, so it does make me kind of nervous that I may have an allergic reaction to the soap powders. I do just genuinely want to cry, though. It's like every day for, I don't know, the last 2 weeks. It seems to be every day I wake up and there is a brand new problem. Everything feels so bad and so negative at the moment. And I know we shouldn't go there. And I know that I'm trying to be more, I really am. Me and Dill have been trying to be positive a lot more. It's hard. You do fall back into your old ways. And it's really difficult. But it just seems like every day there's a new thing to try and pull you back into the depths of negativity. Do you know what? Someday I just don't even want to get out of bed. I don't even want to get out of bed. I haven't been to the gym in over a week. My arrhythmia is, it's dancing the conga. My heart is dancing the conga in my chest most of the time. I can't stop binge eating, and I know I'm after the dopamine, I'm after the feel good, and I want to feel better, but trust me, it's working. It is working, and at the moment, honestly, I am just working on getting through. That's it. I'm trying to just get through. Some days are better than others, but most of the time, honestly, I feel like I have no energy, I have no willpower to keep going. I just want to stop. That's all. I just want to stop. I just want to lay in my bed and I just want to stop. I want to spend, I don't even know how long I'd want to fester in my pit for, but at least 24 hours. 24 hours of nothing happening. No one asking me for something, no one needing something, no jobs need doing, no errands need running, no appointments need making, just nothing. I want to turn my phone off. Dale can turn his phone off as well, or he can get up and move around the house. I don't mind particularly what he chooses to do, but I just want to do nothing for 24 hours. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen because my brain, I will start that. I will loll around in bed. I'll do nothing. I'll maybe watch a few shows, binge eat some junk, do a proper self-care day where I just look after me. I do whatever the heck it is I want, right? I know full tooting well that I will, about lunchtime, get boreder than bored can get. And I'll decide to get up and maybe potter around in the garden. Or, I don't know, deep clean the living room and move the living room furniture around. Or some other sort of thing. I know I will. I know me too flipping well. I know that's what I'm going to do. But you know what? I think it's worth a try. I think it's worth a good old college try. I don't know where that saying come from. I've used it a lot today, and it seems to be my new favourite saying. I don't know where it come from, but hey, credit to where it's due. I think I'm going to plan for Saturday to be my day off. Completely 100% off. No guilt, no doing anything, no cleaning, no editing, no uploading, no answering messages from work, no doing laundry or housework or any of that jazz. I am just going to spend the day in my PJs. I'm going to drink hot chocolate, yes, with squirty cream and mini marshmallows all over it. I'm going to eat chocolate and Crispies and cake and my most favourite teriyaki noodles. They do some gorgeous teriyaki noodles. And I'm just going to eat until I want to be violently ill. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop at the shop, actually, on my way home after work. So I don't even have to get up on Saturday morning and drive to the shop and pick up the stuff I need. I'm simply going to do it Friday after work. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a down day. And you know what? If my weight goes back on because I took a down day, it's not all going to go back on. That's impossible. But I know I might put a few poundies on. That's fine. Monday, I hope to start going back to the gym. I'm going to start getting my diet stuff back and start going back to the gym. Honestly, I feel like I have lost complete control. I've lost control over the house. I've lost control over the household projects. I've lost control over my work ethic. I've lost control over my diet and my exercise. I just feel like I've lost control. And I kind of hoped that this big, deep house clean was going to be me getting back control. Like, we are overrun at the minute with flies. And no matter how clean we keep downstairs, they are in the house driving me potty. Now, I mentioned before, I absolutely detest those sticky fly paper things that stick the flies to them because that seems slow and cruel to me, and I really don't like that. I really, really don't like that. But at the moment, I'm thinking we kind of have to, because those flies carry germs, possibly disease. I'm not sure if flies carry disease or not, but certainly germs, and germs lead to diseases, right, and illnesses. So I'm thinking I kind of need to do something about them. So I may be ordering some of those sticky fly paper things and just, dealing with the guilt. There's also the mould still in the cupboards. Dale was supposed to ring someone about that. I don't know if he has or not. I don't think he has. But I've now got an air purifier that sits in the cupboard with my pots, pans and plates. Because we've only got one cupboard that stores pots, pans, plates, cups, bowls, all sorts of cookware. Everything lives in one cupboard, and it stinks to the high heavens of mould. Now, they did come out and put a mould paint on it, but because they couldn't get to the whole of the back of the cupboard, they couldn't treat it all. So now we've got this half-treated wall that's aggravated the mould below it. And it's just like, oh gosh, it's now worse now than it was before. We still have no hot water or heating. I mean, it doesn't matter this time of year about heating, because when the heating system went crazy 2 weeks ago now, we called the housing association out. They came out and said, oh, it's still under warranty. We can't touch that. So he toddled off on his merry way, telling us, promising us, he was going to phone the people that had the warranty on the heating system and send someone out. He hasn't. Of course he hasn't. Every time they come to the house and they're like, right, I can't do that job, but I'll go back to the office and I'll get the office to phone, or I'll make the appointment for you and someone will contact you by the end of the day to book in. They never do. Never, ever, 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 ever do. Never. I don't know why they even bother saying it. You know full well you have got no intention of getting out to your van and ringing the office or ringing those lovely little people that actually can do the job. You know you've got no intent of doing that, so why do you say it? Why not just say, oh, I can't do that job, love, sorry. Phone the office and book yourself another appointment because I can't be bothered. And then toddle on your merry way. Stop promising people things are going to happen and then they're not. Because then I have to break my promises, don't I? I tell people I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to do something, and then I can't because I've got to chase you up. If you didn't break your promises, if you kept your word, I wouldn't have to be following you around, chasing you up, making sure all this stuff got done. And then I could keep my promises, couldn't I? I might have a tiny small amount of mental energy, enough left over to breathe in and out at the end of the day and get some stuff done, rather than coming home and turning into a couch potato that can't move, can't be bothered to do anything through sheer exhaustion. Mental more than physical. I mean, my job is quite demanding, but it's mental exhaustion more than physical exhaustion. My brain is so tired of dealing with all this nonsense day in, day out. There's no communication. No one wants to tell anyone what they're doing or how they're doing it or why they're doing it. And in all honesty, I've given up too now. If you don't care, why on earth should I? Why am I trying to be the only one that communicates, that makes things happen, that does this stuff? Why? Why am I bothering? Well, I'm not anymore. I'm not, until the rest of the world figures out how on earth to talk to each other. I'm not doing it. I've had to chase up the heating people. So the engineer came out from our housing association and said it's under warranty, he's not touching it. He left promising what he promised. And I think a day or 2 days later, we hadn't heard anything. So we contacted the company that put the heating in ourselves. Excellent. And I did it, so I know it got done. All right? And we were promised that there was an engineer on their way or was going to contact us or something. They went through Dell to make that appointment. But no one came. So today, 2 weeks after the heating system went crazy, today I messaged the woman who does the thing again and I says, any news on an engineer? And she said, oh yeah, told him to come out. Guessing they haven't. I'll chase them up with an email. I bet you in a week's time, the next Friday clean you see, I'm still going to be griping that they ain't been out yet to fix it. I don't know what to do anymore. Everything is so out of control. I mean, is Mercury in retrograde or something? I don't even know what that means, but I know it's not a good thing. Well, I don't know it's not a good thing. I think it's not a good thing. Everything is just at the moment. I don't get it. There are some good things. There are some things going right. And I kind of want to focus on them, but I'm also a little bit frightened that if I focus in on them, then whatever this thing is going to find it and take it away. Because it's all just going wrong and I don't want it to go wrong anymore. But I am serious about having that day off. I've got to go to work tomorrow and I know it's going to be a busy one tomorrow. I'm giving up on the gym for the rest of this week. I literally haven't been. Not Monday of this week, but the Monday before. So it would have been a week on Monday, where it's week 7, 13, 14, 15. 15 days as we stand now. 16, 17, 18. It will be 19 days. 2 weeks, over 2 weeks. Since I've been to the gym. 18 days since I've been to the gym. Which means I'm going to be hard to get back into it. I'm going to have to go all over everything. And actually, I'm going to have to go easy on myself because I've got to have a tooth extracted, not next week, but the week after. So, yeah, Thursday, I'm not really going to feel like being good at the gym because I'm going to have like a semi-healed tooth hole. I swear. August started and it's just been bad. July seemed to be a pretty good month. And now August has come along and, well, I'm not a big fan of August. But it'll get better. It'll get better. I'll keep smiling. I'll keep being happy. I don't think these full house cleans, the free full house cleans, are going to take off, though. People seem a bit nervous. They don't seem very interested. To be fair, it does seem a little bit too good to be true. You know, someone wants to come to your house and clean it for free. Where's the catch? I mean, yes, it's not technically free, is it? Because I'm sort of bartering. You know, I will clean your house for no monetary cost. I will put it onto YouTube. So, yeah, but people are so nervous of it. They don't want their house being filmed. And I kind of get it. I do. I really get it. But then there was them shows back in the late 90s, weren't there? Maybe even the early 2000s, where people had their homes filmed. They were dirty and they had them filmed. And it's all over social media. Like, people that have problems with hoarding or people that do it for like gifts or because they care or stuff like that in the local community. They do it and they post it all over social media. People just don't want me. It's fine though. It's fine. I know it's fine. What's meant for me won't go past me. And if I'm supposed to be doing this, then I will be. And if I'm not, then I won't be. I have spent many, 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 many years of my life second guessing myself. Did I make the right choice? Did I make the right decision? Did I do good there? Could I have done better? And I am learning now that no, I couldn't. And why couldn't I? Because I didn't. If I was meant to have done better, then I would have done better. If I was meant to have known something, then I would have known it. I've grown up thinking I should have tried harder. I should have done better. And I did as good as I could with what I had, with the information I had, with the facilities I had, with the time I had, the body I had, the knowledge I had, all that jazz. I did the best I could with what I had. Now, if other people expected better from me, then they should have given me better tools to do that with. You're only as good as your trainer, you know? You're only as good as the person who's showing you how to do things. I don't know how to cook because I was never really shown or taught. I know how to clean because that's kind of all I ever saw growing up. Everything kept clean, everything kept neat, everything kept tidy. Don't make a mess, don't make a mess. So I know how to do that, but I don't know how to cook because no one ever taught me. Now, yeah, I could have learnt myself, but then the priority has always been for me, keep clean, keep tidy, keep clean, keep tidy. And it gets overwhelming and I fail at that. But that's where the priorities lay because that's where I was taught the priorities are. Now, that's not a bad thing. I'm not blaming anybody for that procedure, but that's the reality of life, isn't it? You only know what you only know because someone somewhere taught you. Whether it was off a YouTube video, whether it was your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, other people in the playground at school when you were younger, your teachers when you were younger. At the end of the day, you know what you know because somebody showed you. Some of us, yeah, we might have gone on gut instinct and kind of got it right and figured it out for ourselves. Sure, yeah, that happens too. But for 99.9% of our lives, we are only as good as our teachers. And I'm realising not very late in life, really. I'm only 42. It's not that late. Calling the curtains already. Let's not do that. Yeah, I'm learning now that I can pick who my teachers are. And that's the fascinating thing. We think we're stuck with the teachers we're given. We think we're stuck. We learned everything we could in school. Our parents taught us how to parent, and that's all the learning we can do. No, it's not. There are people all around you that you can learn from. Everywhere you look. There is a wonderful lady I'm working with at the minute. She's not new to where I work, but she works in a different area to me. And I've been put with her lately to work with her. And honestly, she's changing the way I think about things. Will it be a lasting change? I don't know. But she still is. She has such a positive outlook on life. She has such a positive outlook on people and helping them and doing your best and having positive words and positive vibes and all this. And I love her. She is fantastic. So I will use her as my teacher. I mean, that was Del's hand waving at you, by the by. I'm sure you already knew that, but for those of you who don't know, that was Del's hand. Yeah, I will use her as my teacher. I will allow the lessons and the way she behaves and the way she carries herself and acts to teach me the lessons, because I would like to be more like she is. And that's the thing. Like I say, we can pick our teachers. We can even pick our lessons from our teachers. So this lady, she's very nice, she's very lovely and has a great outlook on life. But let's say she had a very negative outlook on driving. She's very road ragey, very angry all the time when she gets driving. Well, I don't have to take those lessons from her. I don't have to replicate everything she does. I can pick the lessons. And this is what we have to learn as well from people. When we're around those negative people that want to drag us down and be all, and get you gossiping and chatting bad about other people and that sort of thing. It is down to you whether you partake in that conversation. Sure, it's going to be uncomfortable. It really is a very uncomfortable thing to say to someone, I don't want to get involved in that, thank you. And then they look at you like, what? I thought we were friends and you're not going to back me up here. No, I'll back you up. Of course I'll back you up. I am your friend if you are their friend. I'll back you up if something goes wrong and you are in the right and they are in the wrong. Of course. But I'm not going to sit here and call people out, call people names or belittle them and that sort of thing, because I don't want to get involved in that. So you don't have to get dragged down by them. But if they have a great work ethic and you want to be more like them with their work ethic, then you can be like, okay, well, I don't want to get involved in that, but can you show me how you do that real quick and how you do this? And why don't we talk about how this, that and the other, and change the subject with them. You can pick your lessons. And if they choose to get stroppy and miserable and walk away from you and decide they don't want to teach you anymore because you won't play their little game, well, then you've learnt a valuable life lesson, haven't you? You've learnt that not everyone's your friend. Not everyone can be your friend. Not everyone needs to be your friend. And that's okay. Because it is. And that's something else I'm learning very quickly too. I don't need everybody to like me. I'm good. I'm out here doing me. I don't need you to like me. Sure, life's a bit easier. It's a bit more comfortable if everyone likes you and you get along. And it's nice when you're invited out places and you get to go and everyone's happy to see you and it's all fun. But do you know what? I don't need you to like me. I always wanted friends. I never really had them growing up. I had one friend, like my best friend, in primary school. And we went to secondary school and I stopped seeing so much of her, and we quickly stopped becoming friends. I think I was only friends with her for like 2 or 3 years. We moved to St Albans in Hertfordshire when I was in year 5, I think, or year 6 of little school. And I met my best friend. And we were so close. We did everything together. We were the best of friends. And then, like I said, we changed to secondary school. And I went to one and she went to a different one. And we still saw each other, just not as often. And then I think by sort of year 8, year 9, I barely saw her anymore. Certainly by year 10, I never really saw her at all. I don't think I did see her at all after year 9. And it was really sad. But ever since then, I've never really had someone I could count on like I could count on her. And I don't know whether I expect too much from my friends or whether the way the world is has just changed now and people aren't capable of giving that sort of friendship. But I like my friends to be there. You know, I like my friends to be there. I like us to regularly see each other. I like us to regularly have plans to do things. I like it when I can count on them. When they say I'm going to do, they do it. I like it when they don't treat me badly, like a second class person, you know. I don't like my friends or what I think of my friends treating me like I don't matter, because in my book, that's not what a friend does. I mean, I get it. I'm a little bit terrible with like the messaging and all that sort of thing. But if a friend messages you, as quick as you can, message back. I know people are busy and lives get busy and you don't hear your phone ping, or, you know, you get inundated with work or whatever it is you have to do, the kids, the dog. You know, I understand that. And I'm not saying that they have to be at my beck and call 24/7. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is, you know, if I message you, I am looking for some kind of response, not to be left on read for days and weeks or whatever it is, you know. If you've read my message, there is no harm in you dashing off a quick busy texting or text in a second, something like that. But if you're leaving me on read for more than sort of 24, 48 hours, to me, there's kind of a problem. But then I forget to message people back all the time. So, you know, the odd slip you can kind of forgive. But I do kind of expect a lot of my friends. And I don't know if that's something society can offer anymore. We're all just too flipping busy. We're all just run off our feet, trying our best to keep up with the Joneses, really. And that's all we're doing, isn't it? That's all this is. That's all I'm doing. Desperately trying to keep up with the Joneses. Although I am trying to make my life better too. But am I trying to make my life better because this is how I want things? Or am I trying to make life better because I want to keep up with the Joneses? I want the perfect house. I want the Instagram ready, this, that and the other. I want the perfect body and I want to be the best way I can be. I kind of think no. I do kind of think that I'm doing what I'm doing because I want my house to work for us. You know? I want the house to be us. And that's why I picked the themes I've picked. That's why my weight loss is going at the rate it's going, and it's hitting the hiccups it's hitting, because yeah, I care. I want to lose the weight, but I don't care, you know. I don't care if society looks at me and goes, "Oh, you're a bit chunky, aren't you, love?" Yeah, well done. You have eyes. You know, I don't care. What I care about is being able to move without hurting or getting hot and sweaty and out of breath. That's what I care about. And that will come. That will come. I'm not giving up on it. But I don't want to force myself into becoming slimmer just because society expects it of me. That I'm not going to do. And the house, same with the house. oh, do you think my colour scheme is so last season, or that doesn't work where you've put that, you should put it somewhere else? Well, that's fine. You can have your opinions, but I want the house to work for us. So, yeah, I think I have a lot of stuff to work out in my brain. And I'm using you lovely people to ramble and work it out with. You might see baby Nova in a minute. She's under this bed somewhere. I kind of got distracted trying to clear out under her bed and ended up trying to play with the cat. And then I realised I'm not entirely sure I can get back out from under her bed. There was a time, actually, though, while we're on about the weight loss thing, that I couldn't get out from under her bed. To be fair, there was a time where I couldn't even get under there. So progress is progress, hey? It's working. And you know what? Again, on the weight loss issue, I know this isn't a weight loss Wednesday video, but hey, my life is my videos. I genuinely believe that while I'm losing fat, I am losing fat, quite a lot of fat. I can see it, and so many of you lovely people have commented on me. It's really spurring me on to keep going. But every so often, the scales will jump up again. Just a little bit. They'll pop back up again. And I'll be like, oh, it's going the wrong way. I'm putting weight on again. And actually, yes, I have put weight on again. But it's not necessarily fat. He's fine. If you hear him yelping and crying, he's dreaming. The silly boy is laid on our bed. He's fast asleep, and he's dreaming. So you're probably going to hear him chortling along in the background. But he is, I promise you, if I was on the live, I'd show you right now. He is fast asleep. There you go. Whatever he was dreaming about's gone now. You chased the delivery man away, have you? Yeah, he's fine now. He's happy. Yeah, the scales will jump up a little bit. And I always thought, oh no, I'm putting on weight. But if you look at it, right, if I stand on the scales and weigh whatever it is I weigh, and then I drink 2 litres of water, my weight's going to go up, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And that's not because I'm fatter. That's physically impossible. You can't drink 2 litres of water and then suddenly put on, I don't know, let's say 2 pounds of fat. That's not what that is. That's because you've had a drink, haven't you? And it's the same thing with food. If I have a particularly heavy dinner, even if it's lettuce leaves and tomatoes and vegetables, right? If my food weighs a kilo, like if I have a kilo of salad and then I stand on the scales, I'm going to have put on a kilo, aren't I? Because that food is now part of me and I weigh that. So it's not necessarily that there's fat going on. And I think I'm making that distinction a lot for myself now. I used to think, oh no, I put weight on. I must eat less. I must move more and get that weight back off again. Well, actually, it might have nothing to do. It probably has nothing to do with that, especially if it's gone on overnight. You know, it could be that you've had a terrible night's sleep and now all your muscles are still full of like lactic acid that's not had time to, work out of your system. If you're tired, you weigh more. I don't quite understand the mechanics of how that works, but it's true. Tired weight weighs more. I don't understand how, but you do. You weigh more when you're tired than when you're not. So if you've had a bad night's sleep or, you've taken too much in and not put too much out, you're going to weigh more. And I'm starting to learn that I don't have to necessarily pay 100% attention to the scales. They're great and they give me an average reading each month, But yeah, as long as I'm looking slimmer, feeling slimmer, then I know the fat's coming off. And that's the thing. That's the important thing, isn't it? That's the thing that's going to lead me to be obese for the rest of my life. And actually, yes, I am. People say you're not obese. I am. If you go by the height weight chart that the NHS give us here in the UK, I am clinically obese. At least I was. I don't know why I am now I've lost the weight. I'm going to have to check. Yeah, I'll have to check. But anyway, there. That's the little ramble we're going to go on about weight. Baby Nova. Alyssa's room will be getting changed around once Nova is brave enough. That stuff's brilliant. So that's a calming spray for cats. We did try and get that Feely Way stuff, but that's really expensive where we tried to get it from. But they had this like herbal spray stuff instead. So I was like, yeah, that'll do. Go on, get that. So Alyssa brought that for her. And literally you spray it down and within a couple of minutes the cat's like, yeah, okay, I'm a little bit more relaxed. She's still not where I would expect her to be. Like, it's been 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now. I forget how long it's been. And she still won't come out from under Alyssa's bed properly. She still shakes when you hold her. Not as bad, not as much, but she still does. She's getting there. But she's still so scared all the time. I've never known it. I've never known it. She is a proper nervous little cat. She really is. She's so adorable. I can't wait for her to be out and about playing and you see her on the videos. She's got her catio. Dell did some bits on that today while I was at work. So it's Thursday. He did some bits on that while I was at work. Maybe Sunday we'll get the rest of it fixed up. But like I said, Saturday, I am taking the day off, so the catio will not be getting done on Saturday. You can forget it. It's not happening. Find someone else to do it because I won't be partaking. We could do it on Sunday. That's fine. I'm going to do it. I wonder how brave I'll actually be on Saturday to see if I'll actually do it. Or will I cave and be like, yeah, all right, go on then, we'll do this. Oh, he'll want to go shopping. No, we'll order it online. Or we'll go Sunday. Yeah, but Sunday, they've got shorter hours. Then you better get out of bed and we'll go and get it done. Yeah, Saturday, I'm taking Saturday off. You go on your own. I don't need to come. You can go on your own. It's fine. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to be brave. I deserve nice things. I deserve to have rest, relaxation, and time for myself. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be doing it. Oh, sorry. Very flattering angle here. I'm picking the drain hair out of the drain. Absolutely disgusting it is. But you know what? Someone's got to do it. I wonder if there's... Yeah, there you go. Go down the toilet. I wonder if there's a dissolver you can get that you can just sort of pour on the hair and let it dissolve off down the drain rather than having to unpick it. I know you can get like weird little filter things that go in kitchen sinks. I don't know if you can get the same for bathrooms. But even then, you're still going to have to take it out and empty out the icky bits, aren't you? No, I don't know. I'll just keep unpicking it. It's fine. It's fine. These are the things we have to bear. I can't wait for the Housing Association to actually decide to come out and do this. I'm hoping they keep their promise. And it will happen in the tax year 26 to 27. Or maybe it's like the actual calendar year 26 to 27, because that's even sooner. But yeah, I'm hoping they do come and replace the kitchen and bathroom, because I am so tired of this old, outdated uselessness that just doesn't work. It's not suitable anymore. Just fix it for the love of goodness. I'd quite like a wet room in here. I think that'd be nice. No more having to clean the bathtub. And we only have the showers anyway. We don't really use the bathtub anymore now. Because the water pressure, oh my God, since they put the heating in, the water pressure's that bad. You couldn't run a bath even if you tried. So we may as well just have a wet room and have the shower. Yeah. Maybe I could get them to do that. I think that'd be more beneficial. And then in future, if in future someone with mobility issues takes over the house, if we ever move out, or once we're, no longer walking among you, or even when we get older ourselves, or if we still live here, once you get older, I don't know if we'll have mobility issues or not, but would it not be just really handy to have it fitted with a wet room? Then if there are any mobility issues or any future tenant of the house has mobility issues, that wet room is there. It just makes sense. I like a wet room, and it means I could just get in here with a mop and just whoop, whoop, whoop. And it also means bathing the dog's going to be easier. I won't have to lift him up and put him over into the bath. I can just stand him on the floor and just wash him with the shower. That's going to be a lot easier, eh? Yeah. And he might not get so frightened, because he's all right, like, coming in the bathroom, and he's all right standing in the bathtub, and he can get in and out. But what he doesn't like is being lifted in. or lifted out. He's not a big fan of that. Now, he's not scared, but he don't like it. So if I could just walk him in and wash him there, woohoo! That'd all be good, wouldn't it? I like that idea. Wet room. I'm going to see if they'll do it for us. Can't see why they wouldn't. I mean, they probably won't, but, it's worth a try. There's lots of things we've got to sort out. I was just thinking, and this is going to be a really random subject change, so hold on to your hats because we're changing direction. I was literally just thinking about Woody and him dreaming. He's still fast asleep, but clearly not having vivid dreams anymore. Someone mentioned about how it's like Woody's show and he's letting us be a part of the videos with him. And I couldn't help but thinking just then, like, how apt that was. Even when he's asleep and I'm just trying to do a voiceover in my own room, the dog's like, no, this is the Woody show. You just get to be in it. Don't forget I'm here. And even asleep, he was like, oh, I'm still here. Oi, Just, I don't know, that just tickled me. I thought that was a little bit funny, so I thought I'd bring it up. Now, I did get that, not Harpic, what's it called? Oh, the Astonished toilet cleaner, didn't I? And I said I'd let you know how well it did and how well I'm getting on with it. I must admit, I do quite like it. It has kept the lime scale down. I don't use it as often as I think I'm supposed to. Like I say, I only clean the house once a week, really. And even then, I don't do everything once a week. I should, but I don't. So it is keeping the lime scale down really, really, really well. It gets off all the grime that it should do. There is still the weird stain. I don't understand what it is. So where the water stops, like sometimes in the bath, you get the tide mark, don't you? Well, in the toilet, there's that. And I don't understand. It's like a limescale tide mark ring. But the Harpic can't get it off. Bleach can't get it off. You name it, I've tried it. And nothing gets this mark off. And even if it sort of fades it, within a couple of days, it's back again with full force. And I'm not sure what it is because it's not limescale. It looks like it's kind of, I don't know, maybe eaten into the porcelain. Like, it's the weirdest thing. We've got the same thing in the bath. I might do a quick video on it. So have a look out for a video in the next couple of days if I remember to make it. Someone remind me to make it. We've got the weirdest thing in the bathroom. So in the bath is a blue, like a drip stain. The weirdest thing. I don't know how to describe it, so I've got to do a video on it. So when your washer goes in your taps, in the bath taps, and it sort of starts dripping, doesn't it? Boop, 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 all the time. Well, there's this little drip mark that's blue. Now, I suspect that's the copper from the pipes, although copper is green, is it not? It could be that the green from the copper pipes is reacting like to the enamel on the bath and it's turning it blue. Or it's reacting to, I don't know, some other such thing. But yeah, copper is blue, not green. So why is it blue? Also, I've tried cleaning it off. Again, I've tried it with bleach. I've tried it with a bit of Harpic. I've tried it with the Astonished cleaner. I've tried it with, you name it. I've tried to clean this flipping blue tide mark off and it does not come off. So what is it? And why is there a tide mark in the toilet too? It's the oddest thing. But yeah, if I remember to do a video, I'll do a video. There's so many videos I've got to try and remember to do that I keep forgetting to do, and one day I'm sure I'll get round to them. Well, I hope I'll get round to them. What I need to do actually is, while I'm doing these voiceovers, make myself a little notebook. Just have a little notebook for voiceovers and the videos and what date they're going up, and then I can make little notes on them about what videos I've promised to do. Do me a favour, guys. If you are still here, still watching, firstly, thank you so much. Secondly, do make me a little list in the comments of any of videos I've promised to do, and I will make a note of them somewhere, and I will try my darndest to get round to them for you. I'm not going to promise again. I'm not going to promise any more of anything because I don't want to let anyone down on my promises. But yeah, just pop a little note in the comments. If I've said I'll do a video, pop a note in the comments and I'll try and get round to those videos. I know someone has been pestering for more on the washing machine. I say pestering, that sounds really horrible, doesn't it? I don't mean that horrible, I just don't know what other word to use. They've been asking, that's it, for more update reviews on the washing machine and more in-depth reviews on the washing machine. Firstly, I can't do more in-depth on that washing machine than I already did. I don't quite know what sort of more in-depth you're looking for. Secondly, you've had an update at the beginning of the video. It's broke. I'm really, really hoping we switched it off, we drained it, we pulled out the water drainer thing. I'm really hoping I go downstairs and Dale's like, it's fixed, it's working all right. But I kind of think if it had been working, it'd have been up here and told me. And he hasn't been up here yet. I think I might just dash him off a quick text and see what's happening. Hang on, I'm going to text him and then I'll be back to you. Yep, she broke. She broke. I suspect the pump's gone. Could we take it apart and look at the pump? Probably, but that's probably not going to be safe. We could get a new pump, but that's probably going to cost about the same as a new washing machine. So yeah, guess no more laundry's getting done for a few days until we can get a new washing machine delivered. Yay! I swear at this point I'm going to need like a whole GoFundMe. Like, I really am. The sofas are, well, you've seen the state of them. The living room lino, you've seen the state of that. The washing machine's kaput. The oven door, yeah, the oven door doesn't actually seal on the oven properly anymore. So when you cook stuff, you have to cook it on a hotter temperature for even longer because the oven door doesn't seal in the heat. I've got one phone that I film on that the screen just randomly does whatever it wants, whenever it wants to do it. That's probably why I lost all the footage from that video, the full house clean a couple of weeks ago. Because I'm pretty sure at some point the screen's decided it's bored and it just wants to delete random stuff. This phone I've got, when we were filming the front garden makeover, it fell over and now the screen's broken on it. So there's that. It's just, see, I told you. It's all going wrong. Oh, roll on Saturday. Does anyone have any good nibbly munchy things I should try? I mean, what is your go-to feel-good food? I have many. Any cream cake. Any cream. Do you know what? Not even pretty much any cream cake. If it's got a cream in it, yes, please. I'm a big fan of cold custard, so like custard donuts, custard tarts, any of that sort of stuff. Cold custard is gorgeous, so I'm a big fan of that. I tend to have a go-to food for a little while, and then I'll find something else that, like I get bored of it. I think I'm very much akin to my ADHD with that one, or I don't know whether it's ADHD or autism or what it is, but I'm very much akin to that one. I will eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat the same thing over and over again every day without fail, just nom 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 it. And then I will get to a point where I will literally put that same thing, I'll open the packet, I'll eat one thing, oh, it'd be the best thing ever, and then I'll eat a second bite of that thing and I'll be like, nope, this is disgusting. I can't eat this ever again. And that's it. I can't even look at it. I can't go back to it. I can't eat that food. I'm done with it. Completely and utterly done with it. I had a big thing with Maoam pinballs at one point. I'd eat like 2-3 packs a day. Yeah, I was bad for Maoam pinballs. And then one day, I got a pack. And they only had one pack available and I was really sad. And I got the one pack they had. I come home I was eating my Maowan pinballs and I ate one. And the taste was fine. There was nothing wrong with the pinball. So it's not like you can say, oh, maybe, it was mixed wrong or they'd gone bad or whatever. There was nothing wrong with them at all. They tasted absolutely fine. They tasted exactly the way they were supposed to taste. But they just didn't taste right. It's the hardest thing to describe. They just didn't fit right. It's like putting on someone else's shoes. You know they're not yours. There's nothing wrong with the shoe. Fits perfectly. It keeps your feet dry and warm and, off the sharp things on the floor. But they're just not your shoes. Even if they're the same make, same colour, they are not your shoes and you know it. And that's what these pinballs were like. They were fine. There was nothing wrong with them, but they just didn't taste like my Maowan pinball should taste. And I was like, okay, I need to find a new fixation food. So I went to the flying saucers. You know the flying saucers? They're like rice paper with sherbet inside. Yeah. Oh. So I switched to them. And you could get really big bags from, I think B&M it was, for like £1. Huge bags. Well, I say huge bags. They're big enough. And I'd be getting like 2 or 3 of them at a time. I tell you, when I obsess over something, I obsess over it properly. And yeah, I started eating them and then I couldn't get hold of them for ages. And they did Vimto ones at our local shop. And I switched to them. And it's kind of taken away the happy effect. I might go and get some more from B&M actually. But marshmallows are a bad one for me. I have no restraint when it comes to things. If I open a packet, yeah. I don't know if you heard the dog grumble then. He just moaned at me. If I open a packet, it's gone. It's gone. There's no point saying, I'll save a couple for later or save me one for later or any of that. There is no saving for later. I have no willpower. Ooh. I have no willpower when it comes to food. None. Zip. Zero. Butt kiss. It is not there. It's not happening. Especially if I'm hormonal. If Shark Week's on its way, I am going to be eating for England. Or I'm going to be in the worst mood imaginable because I need to eat. So, yeah. I was wondering, little thought popped into my head. I mean, obviously this binge eating thing is a bad thing. It's not very healthy. It's not a good thing. And there must be a reason why I do it. It's an obsessive thing. And I've quit smoking. I've quit drinking. But now this has become my new go-to thing to stop the sadness, to stop the unhappy. And I'm wondering if there's any way my therapist might be able to help with that. Whether we could use my therapy to stop that. I mean, we're working on childhood traumas and things like that. And we work through the ambulance sirens that make me cry all the time. I'm hoping I get to test that soon. We had a little bit of a test the other day, but Dell was driving. The true test is going to be when I'm driving. See if I get upset by the ambulances then. But yeah, I wonder if that can help. Oh, that would be like a huge lifesaver. Well, I say lifesaver. I mean, it could be. I mean, you never know, can you? People get so overweight, it's not good for them to that extent. Yeah, I might ask him when I see him next. That's worth looking at, actually. That really is worth looking at. I'm excited now. I'm excited to go back to therapy. The EMDR therapy I'm having actually has really been a super massive big help. I've overcome so many hurdles already. I love it. Like, I'm still... The way I can describe it to you is it's like a bruise. If you've had something wrong for so long, it kind of leaves like a little pressure mark or a little bruise where it's been. You've got rid of the thing, the big thing's gone, but there's still like a residual it's not even a trigger. There's nothing there anymore. There's no trigger there. There's no upset. There's no pain or suffering there from that particular trigger, because you deal with like one trigger at a time, or I am. And they get rid of that trigger. But you're kind of left with this sort of sense that something was there. You know, it's like, what did we do first? I can't remember what we did first. Right. So, okay. It's like, no, I can't even do that one because that one's completely gone now, but maybe I can use it. So, oh, yes, I know what would be a good analogy for you. So, imagine every time you bite down, one of your teeth gives you pain. Every time you bite down, oh, ow, oh. Okay, you go to the dentist and the dentist fixes that for you. But you've had this tooth pain for so long. You've had it for 20, 30 years. Every time you bite down, ow, 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 right? Every single time. And you've tried many times to have it fixed. But every time that tooth pain, oh, you know? And then you finally find a dentist and the dentist fixes that tooth pain. It's gone. That tooth it's fixed. It's completely healed. It's gone. But your body still, or your memory still holds on to the fact that it was there. And every time you go and bite down, you like gently, tender, tender, tender. Oh, that didn't hurt. Gently, gently, tender, tender. Oh, that didn't hurt. And it takes a while for you to trust that that tooth doesn't hurt anymore. It's fixed. It's okay. It's not going to be in pain anymore. And that's kind of like how it feels to me with this EMDR therapy. The triggers have gone. The pain has gone, but I still hold the memory of how I used to behave. I still hold the memory of how I used to behave, my actions around that trigger. So I'm still kind of waiting for it, like with the ambulances or the high adrenaline situations. I'm still waiting to feel sad. And I'm still waiting to feel kind of out of control. And that feeling's not coming. Like I say, I've not tested it yet. I want to be the one driving to see if it actually is going to happen or not. But yeah, it's interesting. I'd actually like to go back to the Travelodge. There was a fire board at the Travelodge. And it had a pre-alarm on it. And it used to do the fire exits and things like that. And this thing would set itself every shift I was on. You can guarantee that fireboard would decide to do some whooping and cheering, some randomness every single night, whether it was the pre-alarm or someone letting themselves out of a fire exit when they shouldn't be. That board would do some nonsenseness. God, drive me to distraction. Every shift I was in there terrified, waiting for it to start bleeping because I was frightened I was going to have to evacuate everybody. I'd like to go back there, actually, and I'd like to sit in that room and test to see whether it upsets me or not. I don't think it would. Sitting right here, right now, I don't think it would. But then you never know what's going to happen until you actually find your triggers, do you? I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated and I'll let you know because it's good stuff, this EMDR therapy. Why I didn't get it years ago, I don't know. I swear I should have been referred years and years ago. I've had CBT, I've had talking therapies, I've had one guy try and hypnotise me. I'm not sure that worked very well, but hey. You know, I've been through multiple different courses, therapies, and this EMDR stuff is like, it's next level. It's next level. I love it. I'm hoping, do you know what? It's actually concerning me. Maybe this is something I need to talk to him about too. It's actually concerning me that I'm making progress as quickly as I am through the issues. It's kind of making me think I never had the issues in the first place. I was like, I'm gaslighting myself, you know. You were never that sad. You were never that upset. You were never that tormented by these things. Because if you were, you wouldn't be making such quick progress through the treatments. And I'm... Is that normal behaviour? Is that normal behaviour to argue with yourself about how much treatment you need or treatment you deserve for something that's affected you for well, all my life nearly. Certainly all my adult life anyway. And the ambulance thing since Craig was born, so 17 years. You know? I know this is a problem. I have an anxiety disorder. That's not something I'm making up in my head. The things that cause the anxiety I make up in my head, of course I do. But I'm not choosing to make them up. And I most certainly do not make up my arrhythmia. I hate that feeling. But that's caused by the anxiety. I'm certain of it. I've had so many tests done that say my heart is structurally sound. But if it's structurally sound, why is it beating like it does? Because it's anxiety. I'm certain of it. I am certain of it. So yeah, maybe we can have a look at that. I shall speak to him when I next see him. All right, now that's dealt with. Let us please just have a quick discussion about why my living room looks like the beginnings of a jumble sale. Well, that's because Dell's had a clear out. Yeah, we're having a massive clear out of everything. Dell's filmed some of it for you, so you can watch Dell have a clear out. But yeah, we're having a massive, massive clear out. We're still, I don't even think we're halfway through. We're doing a little bit every so often. There just seems to be so much though. So much stuff to declutter and sort through, yet not enough time or space to sort it through into. We did clear out my big shed, so that's a nice big open space. I do really want to do some more on that big shed though, because I'm hoping to make it like a home gym or maybe like a home office, something similar to that, so that we've got a space to edit in, film in, voice over in, and or work out in. Because at the moment, if I can't get my lazy derriere to the gym, I need somewhere to do the workouts. In fact, actually, I may start doing that. If I can't go to the gym or don't go to the gym, I will go out to the shed when I get home from work and I will try and do a workout in the shed. That sounds awful, doesn't it? But yeah, maybe I'll try that. And actually, there's a lot of room in the shed, so maybe I could get back to learning Michael Jackson dance. I don't know if you've seen. I'll try. If I remember, yeah, look around. There'll be a link somewhere, guys, to the Michael Jackson Remember the Time video, because I tried to learn the dance for that. If I don't remember to post the link, it is in my videos. Go have a look through. I did try and learn the dance to that. And I would really like to do that. Me and Del were talking the other day about if you practice something for like an hour a day for a year, eventually you become very proficient in that thing, or like a master of that thing. So I'm thinking an hour a day dancing the Michael Jackson Remember the Time dance thing. This time next year, I could be that proficient in it that you'd think I was Michael Jackson himself. I mean, you never know. Be a chunkier, slightly sweatier Michael Jackson, but hey, you never know, do you? I don't know if I'd stick to it for a year, though. Do you honestly think I can stick to something for a year? Like I was saying to Del, the only thing I've done reliably for a year, or longer than a year, is breathe in and out. But to be fair, even times like I've hyperventilated, so I've breathed in and out far too fast. There are times where I've held my breath. So I've not even breathed in and out reliably properly for like my entire life. My heartbeat, right? My heartbeat, the one true constant in every single human being's life. Yeah? Even my own heartbeat can't stick to a reliable rhythm for my entire life. Wow. My whole life is just a series of let me downs. But even that I don't do properly. I let myself down, and then sometimes I stick to what I'm doing like glue. And then sometimes I let myself down. So I can't even stick to letting myself down reliably for a year. There is no way I'm going to learn the dance steps to Michael Jackson's Remember the Time reliably for a year. That it's just not going to happen. I wonder, is the Guinness Book of World Records still a thing? Maybe I could get myself an entry in that. Actually did it for a year. Oh, by the by, that weird me wiggling my foot around. Right. I've got cramp in one of my toes, right? And I tried to straighten it with my hand and I couldn't physically straighten it. So I'm trying to straighten my toe here to stop the cramping and I can't straighten it. And I had a massive panic. I thought I dislocated my own toe. I thought the cramp had been that strong. I dislocated my own toe. And that's why I couldn't straighten it. And Dale's sitting behind me going, straighten your leg, straighten your leg. I'm like, my leg is not the problem. My toe is the wrong shape. Does anyone else get that? Please tell me there are other people out there that get that. When you sit cross-legged or sit like on your feet, you know, when you sit with your feet underneath yourself, tell me you all get cramp, because if I sit in any position other than like with my legs to the side of me or in front of me, I get cramp in my toes. Aggressive, painful, crippling cramp, like genuinely, seriously painful cramp. When I tell you I thought I dislocated my toe, I joke you not. It hurt. Like trying to bend it back straight was really, really painful. That's why I thought having it actually bent out of shape was painful, sure, but it wasn't agonizingly painful. Trying to straighten it back, yeah, that really, really, really hurt. If I didn't move it, it wasn't that painful. But the minute I tried to straighten it, the pain. And then the cramp wore off and my toe straightened out normal again. And I was like, okay, cool. So it's not dislocated then. But yeah, I genuinely thought it was. And the panic in me. What do you do for a dislocated toe? Because I know what Dell would do. I know Dell would try and relocate it back into the socket for me. Like in the living room, no help, no medication of any description. He'd just be like, clunk, and pop it back for me. Not because he's mean, but because he'd want to help me. And probably because he's a little bit mean. But he'd just clunk and pop it back and I'd be like, ah! You know? I'm not good with pain. I am the biggest wimp that I think anybody has ever come across. I had a toothache once. I think the neighbours genuinely thought I was being unalived. Like a toothache. To be fair, it was the weirdest toothache ever. Like normally a toothache, you get like that throbby, achy sort of pain, don't you? Just like constant, yeah. This one, I had that. Yeah, definitely, it was there. But then I was getting these lightning bolts shooting up into my tooth. Like lightning pain. Right into my tooth. Flipping hurt. And it wouldn't go away. It wouldn't stop. Just one after the other. Lightning bolt. Right into my tooth. And I hadn't eaten anything. I hadn't done anything. All I did, I bent over downstairs and like you get the pressure in your head, don't you, sometimes? I did that and I got the lightning pain. I was like, ow. And then I came upstairs and it just all of a sudden sparked off and continued going. And so much pain. And I ended up taking pain relief like for the rest, like the next day. And it happened a couple of times over the course of a couple of weeks. And then out of nowhere, gone. Just stopped being painful. And it's never been a problem since. And no one has ever been able to tell me what it was. One of the dentists did think it could have been a sinus infection, putting pressure on the sinus nerve, causing pain. But that's only a guess. I mean, she never actually, said, no, that's definitely it. But there's nothing wrong with the tooth. There's nothing wrong with anything around the tooth. So it had to be that. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, the neighbours thought things were happening. We've had neighbours come round in the past actually concerned for my welfare. Not because it makes Dell sound like such a bad person, and he's not, but I am that big of a wimp when it comes to pain, or even the preemptive thought of pain. will send me off into a spiral that I can't deal with. I went to the dentist once before to have an extraction, and they give you the Novocaine. There's no discomfort, there's no pain, there's nothing nasty at all, it's fine. And he removed the tooth, and as he did, I panicked and sort of, made that kind of sound. And the dentist looked at me and he's like, "Is pain?" And I was like, no pain. He's like, "Well, don't make that noise then." I was like, "I can't help it." I panicked that there might be pain. And apparently I walked out into the waiting room afterwards, and Alyssa's looking a little bit pale, and there's a couple of other patients looking a little bit, pale. And it turns out that while I was panicking in the dentist chair, the people in the waiting room could also hear me and were now panicking also. Despite, I think, either Alyssa or the dental receptionist being like, she's just panicking, she's okay, kind of thing. These poor patients were like, "Oh no, what's happening?" Well, what's happening is they put Raquel in the chair and tried to do procedures. Raquel's not very good with them. I went for a carpal tunnel test, and for the carpal tunnel test, they put a band around the top of your arm, and they put these little bands around your finger, and they send what they refer to as like little static or electric shocks into your fingers up your arm, and they measure like either the resistance or whether the message gets there at all, that sort of thing. And I, in my head, had like a Frankenstein kind of, or Frankenstein's monster kind of image in my head of like these electric shocks, like jolts of electricity going up my fingers and into my arm. It wasn't that at all. It was not that at all. You barely even felt it. It's the weirdest feeling ever. It was like hitting your funny bone. It was that kind of feeling, but in your fingers. It was the weirdest thing. But I ended up full scale breakdown, crying and everything. Adele had to sort of reassure the guy doing the testing that I was okay. I was just panicking. All right. So we changed subject again. This is the laundry I had to get through. This is what's broken the washing machine. We're buying a new one. It is completely kaput. Dale's just come up and let me know. So there's 12 loads of laundry I've just counted. It's one of there that's 13, and we've got for at least 4 loads with the bed linen. So just about 20 loads, 15, 20 loads. Right, this is the kitchen. I am going to fast forward for this now because it is about 9 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night. Well, yeah, about 9 o'clock at night when I started this washing up. And I am getting extremely tired. I'm also running out of memory on my phone. So I had to do this in time lapse. I know you guys like seeing the kitchen cleans, and I'm hoping to get a deep clean done of the kitchen quite soon. But memory and time, I've got to get through this because otherwise, we're going to lose the plot soon. So I'm going to deep clean, well, not deep clean the kitchen, not deep cleaning anything. These, right, those that I'm drying up now, those are for my smoothie maker. They make the protein shakes and all that jazz. Now, the last time I went to the gym was about 9-10 days ago, right? I found those, so that's the last time I used them, about 10 days ago. I found those pushed to the back of the countertop. No one's washed them up. I left them on the side so they could be washed up while I was at work. Nobody's washed them up. I got to them. The lids were on that tight because it had vacuum sealed itself with the protein shake leftover residue inside. The bacteria had got that bad. It had fused the lid on. The lids and bottles now absolutely stink. They've been washed several times and sat in boiling hot water to sterilise them. However, the smell still remains, and I'm not sure if it's safe to use the bottles when they still smell like they do. Is the odour a contaminant? Is the odour going to make me ill if I use them? These are things I don't know. So I'm now trying to figure out how I can stop those bottles smelling so I can use them again, or figure out how I can buy new ones because I now can't have my protein shakes or smoothies until I figure that out. See? It's pointless going back to the gym in the minute. Not only do I want to eat everything that's not nailed down, I'm about to have a dental extraction, which is not going to make me feel too great. My art's all over the place. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. It has its phases and it's just in one. But also I can't have my protein shakes that I take to work with me. It's like this. I think this is the big hurdle. Every time I've tried to lose weight, there has been a hurdle. Every time I've tried to advance myself forward in any way, shape or form, there has been a hurdle. And I think with my weight, this is the hurdle. I don't know how I'm going to get round it or how we're going to work through it. But we are. I'm going to. I have been trying to weigh myself every day this week for Weight Loss Wednesday. But with me not doing anything else, there's just weights. There's just like 7 lots of scales, and that's like really boring. So yeah, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different and try and get something different up instead. But I'm not stopping with the Weight Loss Wednesday videos. I am not stopping with the Weight Loss Wednesday videos. This is the big hurdle before things start getting good. So I am going to keep going. I have spoken to Dale about my Saturday off, and he is in full agreement. He is in full agreement that it is just going to be watching Netflix, watching Prime, whatever else it is we choose to watch, and just chilling. I might read a book. I might spend the whole day napping. But it is going to be just us and vegetating, eating stupid amounts of food that is good for your, well, probably good for your mind, but certainly not good for your weight loss. And I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to do this big, and then I'm going to get my bottom back on track. Probably Sunday or Monday. I am. Like I said, this is the big hurdle before the good stuff comes. This is the big hurdle before the good stuff comes. I believe that. I do believe that. I am worthy of good things. Good things are going to happen to me and to us as a family and me and Dell as a couple. They are going to happen. But you have to prove, like I said in my other video, you have to kind of prove you're worthy of it. Otherwise, everybody would have it and then it wouldn't be a good thing, would it? And there's hurdles. There are so many hurdles to get to good, like the good things, because you've got to prove you're worthy of that good thing. Otherwise, you're not getting it. And that is kind of the way I believe. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, and I hope no one takes offense to it. But yeah, if everything was easy, it would be pointless. And I don't want things to be pointless. I want them to be good, which I know they will be one day. I know they will be. I sound really croaky now. I've literally just woken up. It's Friday morning and I've just realised I've got the rest of the voiceover to do before it goes out to you lovely people. So I'm half awake and finishing up. So we've just got the last of the drying up to do. I've got to figure out where to put everything. The cupboards are too small. The kitchen's too small. It's a nightmare. We'll get there. We'll get there in the end. I've still got my heart set on getting a dishwasher. Oh, that'd make life so much easier. There'd be no washing up that I'd have to find time to do. There'd be no drying up. It could run overnight, like, well, while we're sleeping, and no one would actually have to do any washing up, drying up. We'd just have to get it put away. Although we could just use it out of the dishwasher during the day. Just take stuff out. Although, when you put the dirty stuff in, that'd make the clean stuff dirty as well. So, yeah, I think we'd have to put it away. But that'd be so much easier, wouldn't it? And everything seems like next level clean with a dishwasher too. It seems like way more cleaner than it does just washing it up. But if I try really, really hard, I could wake up every morning and empty the dishwasher. And then throughout the day, all people have got to do is scrape the plates, rinse them and shove them straight in the dishwasher. It'd just be so much, and it wouldn't get left out on the sides. I don't know how we'd find room in our tiny kitchen for a dishwasher though. I think the only way we're ever going to manage it is if we extend the kitchen into the outside toilet, which is like behind that wall. You see the wall the cooker is on? There's an outside toilet behind that wall, and maybe we extend through into there. But we need more cupboard space. We need more countertop space. We just need more space. I've never known a kitchen like it. Even in the caravans I clean at work, they've got more cupboard space. We have literally got that cupboard you can see in the top, in that corner, right? There's one cupboard and one corner cupboard. The corner cupboard's useless. You can't use the back corner. Everything just disappears in there and you never get it back again. But those are our food cupboards. For a family of 4, that is our food storage. Right in front of me, next to the cooker, under the food storage, is where the plates are kept. Now, for some reason, we have more cups than anyone will ever need, ever, in their entire life. And they also slide off into the back recesses of that cupboard. It's referred to as a blind cupboard. I don't know quite why, but it is. But you can't use the back portion. So underneath the microwave, that's how far back that cupboard goes. You can't get anything in the back of that cupboard. You can't reach it and you'll never see it again. Maybe that's why it's called a blind cupboard. You'll never see it again when you put it in there. It slides off to the back of that cupboard and you will never, ever get it back. Well, you will, but you have to shove your whole body in there to get the thing at the back of the cupboard. And there's spiders in there and all sorts. Now, we all know I'm not too scared of the spiders. They don't bother me too much. But if you think I'm sticking my head in a spider web, spider-ridden cupboard and risking them crawling in my ears and in my hair and all that business, well, then you don't know me that well. No, I'm not doing it. I'm happy with spiders when they stay in their little tanks or they stay in one place where they're supposed to be. I am not sticking my head in a cupboard full of them. This is not some sort of, outback trial. I don't need to be doing that. Nuh-uh, no. So the stuff just disappears in that cupboard. Plus, that cupboard is full to bursting with mould. Yeah, our plates, cups, saucepans, cookware, it's all in a cupboard where the entire back wall is covered in mould. It stinks. We've tried to get them to do something about it, and like I said earlier, they've done half of it. Anyway, I'm going to stop moaning. I'm going to let you lovely people get off, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.